My dearest Kethra, I have faced hostile negotiations, interstellar border disputes, and toxic video game lobbies. None of them prepared me for the most terrifying force on this planet, a human woman named Karen and her HOA bylaws. It began with pumpkins. On Halloween night, I had no candy, so the neighborhood children expressed their displeasure by collecting every jack-o'-lantern on the block and ceremonially smashing them across my front yard. The next morning, my lawn looked like a war crime, committed by enthusiastic toddlers, orange pulp and seeds baked into the grass under the sun. My mailbox had been artistically egged. Toilet paper streamed from my trees like flags of humbling debasement. A single wilted witch's hat lay abandoned in the bushes. One last survivor. Pinned directly to my front door with a thumbtack was the official notice from the Quiet Creek Homeowners Association. It read, Section 4.2, Yard Maintenance Standards, Fine, $150. I was confused who Quiet Creek was and why they were fining me. I contacted my human friend David, who informed me of a thing called the Homeowners Association, and I found out there would be a meeting tonight. I decided this required diplomatic intervention. I spent that morning on my knees, pulling pumpkin guts out of the grass by hand. The smell was intimate, sweet decay and wet earth. Later that evening, I attended my first HOA meeting. 14 humans sat around folding tables in the community center. At the head sat Karen, a gray cardigan, tight, polite smile, and the calm authority of someone who has never lost a rules dispute in her life. I explained the situation calmly and logically. I described the tradition that I was unaware of. I noted I had no opportunity to prepare, and by now, the mess itself was already cleaned. Karen listened politely, then delivered her verdict without hesitation. Sector 4.2 is clear, Mr. Vrell. The property owner is responsible for yard maintenance. Regardless of circumstance, the fine stands at $150. I attempted to reason with her. Does the bylaw make no distinction between negligence and external pumpkin terrorism? Karen's smile tightened by a fraction. No. The violation occurred, the fine applies. A few neighbors murmured in my favor. One parent said it seemed unfair, another suggested leniency for newcomers. Karen cut them all off smoothly. Actually, Mr. Vrell, you are also receiving a warning. Your porch light remained on past midnight. That is a second violation under the same section. This is as lenient as this board gets. She then leaned forward slightly. The room temperature seemed to drop 2 degrees. I have seen planetary governors flinch under less pressure. Quickly, I tried. The switch beside my door, it does not function. I attempted to turn off the light. All night, it clicked uselessly. Unfazed. Karen, with a small, satisfied smile. You could have simply unscrewed the light bulb. She paused. These are the rules, and they apply to everyone. I sat there in silence as the meeting moved on to the next item. Something about a mailbox on Elm Street? Kethra, I have negotiated with species that hated each other for centuries. I have de-escalated conflicts that threaten entire star systems. And I have never been so cleanly, politely, and thoroughly defeated as I was by a woman in a simple gray cardigan defending her neighborhood from unsightly pumpkins. At this point, the fine is paid, the yard is clean, the porch light will be off by midnight, one way or another. I have also ordered an excessive quantity of candy, industrial almost. I will store it in the garage like emergency rations. I will be ready next Halloween. Some rules, it seems, were designed by people who truly enjoy enforcing them. Your devoted husband, Vrel. P.S. The neighbors who murmured in my favor later apologized quietly in the parking lot. They seemed genuinely embarrassed. P.P.S. Karen smiled at me on the way out and said, "Welcome to the neighborhood, Mr. Vrel. We look forward to your compliance." I believe she meant it as a kindness. I am beginning to understand why humans build fences.